A carjacking suspect on the loose after police say he assaulted two drivers and stole their cars. This happened early this morning in Tempe near McClintock and Southern Avenue. Police found the two cars, but after an extensive search by air and ground, could not locate the suspect.
A crash on South Mountain, leaving a woman paralyzed from the neck down. In fact, this is video over the scene last Tuesday. Phoenix police say 25-year-old Rafael Puntes lost control while driving down the mountain. We learned his girlfriend broke her neck in the crash. He wasn't hurt, but officers say he admitted to drinking before this happened. So he's now in jail, charged with aggravated assault.
In 2017, a hazing scandal rocked Hamilton High School in Chandler. Now, 3 years later, there's one student left standing, facing charges to be tried as an adult. ABC 15's Chloe Marr joins us now with what's next for Nathaniel Thomas.
Nathaniel Thomas's lawyer describes the then 17-year-old as an outsider and a scapegoat. Now he says the county needs to do what's just and drop the case against Thomas entirely.
When they took that boy and they charged him in adult court and stuck him in an adult jail, it was like a doe in the headlights.
Robert McWhorter represents Nathaniel Thomas, who's facing 9 counts, including sexual assault, kidnapping, child molestation, and more, in connection with alleged hazing that took place at Hamilton High School. Thomas was 17 at the time, but charged as an adult. Administration wasn't prosecuted, and 2 other students were tried in juvenile court.
They had a big high publicity situation, and they're following the politics rather than justice, taking the one outsider kid who was the lowest status kid in the locker room, making him go to adult court. Meanwhile, the other kids with some athletic talent end up going on with their lives with juvenile resolutions.
McWhorter says Nathan's life is in limbo, while others moved on, some playing college football. But the county says Nathaniel is responsible, citing text messages, according to a Chandler police report from Nathaniel that read, "I didn't try to rape you, I did rape you. And if I get expelled from Hamilton, you're going to regret it." Still, McWhorter and Thomas maintain his innocence.
Those are high school kids with texting bravado.
But if Thomas isn't responsible, then who is? McWhorter points fingers at administration.
There are specific state statutes that said if you don't report child abuse, like what occurred or these victims are alleged in the locker room, that you are guilty of a crime, and they have not been held accountable at all.
Hamilton's former head football coach, athletic director, and principal were all named in a civil suit that was later settled. The exhaustive investigation will come to a head at Thomas's trial on the 28th.
I think they just don't want to admit that this thing was an utter failure for them, and so they've scapegoated one final kid.
McWhorter says if found guilty, Thomas will face years in prison, and if not, he'll have to try to pick up and put his life back together. But even then, he says he will also face a civil lawsuit. Reporting for ABC 15, I'm Chloe Marr.